we'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Kagan and I are inside the house right now, and we want to start planning for what we have, where animals are going for the next couple months, because I know it's full summer right now, and I think kids are going back to school pretty soon, which kind of sets your mind into the fact that winter is coming. And you know, with keeping animals outside, that's a reality. I need everyone to be situated, settled in their enclosures, and knowing where their heat mats and stuff are gonna be. And it's, again, strange to be thinking about it when it's like 95, 98 degrees outside, but that has to be a real thought. So we have to like race towards everyone's cage where they're gonna be and get them used to their hide spots. So Kagan was nice enough to draw up the general, and it just started pouring, the general map of the cages with the names of the animals in the enclosures as we go down the row. And then we just get to the two cages at the end where the Vivittatus is, that male, which a good friend of ours, Jake Anderson, just purchased or making payments on. So he's gonna get that male. So those three enclosures will be open. And what we need to do is shuffle some animals around. We have some animals coming in. We have a friend donating us 2 animals. One very exciting animal is a possible female water monitor to be brought over to Camp Kennan to be put with Slinky. A 4.5-foot female, which should put her about the size of Lily, and that could be a very exciting pairing. And if it doesn't work, we can definitely fit her into our breeding program here. And in fact, I think initially she'll be put into one of our enclosures to settle, and while Kennan gets an enclosure ready. I think that's even this weekend that we go and pick her up. And a young male black dragon, and we'll see where he fits in and if he does fit in. But we'll figure that out in the coming weeks as far as him. But this is our lineup of where we are. We went down row 1 already, and row 2, Pinky, Gus, which one of our viewers suggested that name for the Guru Sulfur male, which I really like. And these ones with stars that just says Guru, that's the Guru female. She needs a name. The Sulfur female that's next to Alexander needs a name. So I think in this video, we may go into the shop, it is raining, and make some of those quick name tags that we did for some of the monitors and get them ready to screw onto the enclosures where certain animals are in their permanent enclosure. It's not gonna move from there. It'll only get better in time. We'll do some amendments to their enclosure, but they're there to stay, and we can get their name tags on. And as we go down that row, we get to Alexander, female Sulfur, unnamed, Conan, the male Sulfur, and then another female Sulfur. We are really good on sulfurs for somebody who didn't own any a couple months ago. Well, one, I think the young female was mine, and Alexander was on loan. And then I got another female, and then all of a sudden, thanks Alejandro, we ended up with a whole bunch. Very cool. And then we get into the rock monitor row with Sapphire, Onyx, Diamond, Jane, who we want to put up for sale. We haven't put her up for sale yet. She has gained her weight back. We would like to move Jane if anyone's looking for a female black throat. Frosty and Pebbles, that we just got on a video we filmed just the other day. They were 100% locked. We got that on video, so it's very cool. So we really need to get Jane out of that enclosure. So let's go ahead and erase Jane, put her to the side. She's still gonna go somewhere, but we do need to move Pebbles into that enclosure with a lay box. So that's going to have to happen. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and move Ivy away from Forrest. Move her, let's move the Bivitatus because he's going as well. He's gonna have to go somewhere temporarily. So we are going to put Bumblebee, our male het black dragon that is coming back to us. And we will put him with Ivy.
Here?
Yep. So we have a temporary enclosure for somebody. It should end up being a female later on down the line. Mm-hmm. So we have that empty enclosure. We have this one also. We'll go back to that because we're gonna end up with a couple animals over here. The animals that need to find a place, let's add. We are filming the video as we speak. The transition of moving Raven, the female black dragon, outside. So let's put her there. I think we intend on trying her with the male albino, and we have made the decision to move the albinos outside.
Yes, the albinos are going outside.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to have a million enclosures in the garage anymore, other than the babies. It's a lot of heat. Our washer and dryer is in the garage, and it's not fun washing your clothes when it's 90 degrees in your garage. It is super hot in there with all the heat lamps. So we can put the albinos there.
What are their names again?
Well, the male is Al-Bino. His name is Al. And the female is Peggy, like married with children. They've been named that for a very long time. Just, I don't call them by their names. I don't know why. I think in the outside enclosure, they're gonna be handled and interacted with in a much better way. I don't like those little small indoor enclosures that feel like you're reaching into a cave. I'm just not as comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
It is a different environment to try and interact with them in those smaller enclosures.
So, all right, so we moved Jane out. We moved Pebbles over. I like this lineup. We're just gonna keep 3 black dragons, and then for a while, we're gonna have the 4. So, and then Tundra will get moved there. So they will have their 4 enclosures. So that's the next enclosure that we need to finish. Okay, so now
Black throats, not black dragons.
Black throats, thank you. Someone has to have their head screwed on straight.
And then we're moving Bubba up here, right?
Well, yes, 100% we are. The idea will be female albino. Yeah, so let's just move Miko and Bubba to the side for a moment. So we'll write Peggy and Al. Now, the only thing is, we're writing this out, and all these enclosures beyond that aren't done. I don't know if we don't need to have a list that we can accomplish quickly and another list, because we technically don't even have the enclosure where Tundra is done yet. I don't have the lay boxes done in those 2. We are currently, we would have been, if it wasn't raining today, doing the one where Sunny is. So, oof. There is literally so much to do. But we need to just fit animals in. So I think Raven, for the time being, can go there. We didn't write the female water monitor down, right?
Mm-mm.
I think she can go there for the time being, right? Peggy and Al. I'm gonna pause for a second because I have smoke coming out of my ears. Okay, I think we have it figured out. It was really hard for my brain to process where we're moving animals immediately into cages that are already done and where they ultimately were gonna be. I think we still have an empty enclosure there, even in our final plan. I mean, that's the female that should be going to Kenan, so technically we have those 2 empty enclosures. But we still have 3 animals sitting on the side. Well, sold, so he shouldn't be a concern. Jane, that we still have to sell. And in the final row, which decides a lot, the pair of albinos, Al and Peggy, Raven, the female black dragon, who we would like to try pairing with Al. But when she outgrows him, she would then be a female for Forrest or Diesel. So that could work in one of those enclosures. And then we have Boba, and then the female sulfur guru that's in the driveway. He is marginally big enough for a bigger enclosure. I don't know if he's quite ready for something that large yet,
No.
but he is ready for maybe the next transition up.
Maybe the albinos, after they go outside, he can go in one of their bigger enclosures.
Possibly, but I really want all that out of
Yeah.
the garage. And then the Arguses. So Caleb McClellan has had our pair of Arguses. The 2 young white throats on the driveway, since he's been caring for my animals for 2 years? 2 years, I think? 1.5 years, 2 years? A long time to ask somebody, hey, can you feed my animals for 2 years? He's been taking care of and raising and handling my pair of Arguses. He has a female Argus himself, and he said when the 2 come over here, he would just like his female to come as well. And if you guys remember, Caleb is the one who gave us Sunny, who is the gravid het black dragon that was with our male black dragon, Diesel. Lots of names. Sorry if I'm throwing out a lot of names. So we're going to give him the young white throats that are in the driveway. Just give them to him. He's got cages. He's been caring for these other animals, and he's going to have a massive hole in his collection when these 3 animals leave. So I believe he's going to pick them up soon. He was going to try this past weekend. So when time allows, he's going to get them sooner than later so he can start working with them. So we'll fit in the 3 Arguses. We still have 1 not in the lineup, but we'll figure that out. Our pair of Dumerals, which still unnamed and nowhere near large enough for a big enclosure. They will have to have transitionary cages, but we do want them to end up outside. But we do want them outside with running water. I want them to have more water than these other animals. I want some sort of a water feature. I want something special for the pair of them. If you guys remember, those 2 were gifted to us from Aiden Bradley, the male and female, and I absolutely love them, and I want them to be in something special. So they may, in the end, not end up out here at all.
Yeah.
They may end up in something where the pool was on your path to the bar area with the iguanas.
Yeah.
We may do something really cool in that area. Am I filming the counter and my hand moving? That's what I'm doing.
I know. That's what I'm watching.
All right, so this is very boring. Hopefully we can add some shots of animals while I'm discussing all this to show what we're trying to do.
And if anybody has name suggestions for these that are unnamed with the stars, so the Demurals, these sulfurs here, drop them in the comments
3
below.
female sulfurs.
Yeah, 3 female sulfurs that still need names.
The Guru female. Who else? The Guru sulfur, that would be Boba's female.
We're always looking for name suggestions.
Yeah, I mean, we won't 100% use them, but I mean, somebody threw out Gus for the Guru sulfur
And
male.
we loved it.
I love it. Guru sulfur, Gus.
Gus.
Perfect. And I love people names for my animals. because they do have personalities just like people. Actually better than most people. Well, not all people, but some of them. We're not naming anybody here. But let's go outside and look at some of the enclosures. Right now, we also had this tropical storm this past week and a massive hatch out of mosquitoes. We had a bloom like 2 weeks ago and it kind of subsided and it was manageable, especially during the middle of the day. There weren't really any biting you. Now, if you walk outside middle of the day, outside the door, they're like, shoo.
Yeah.
Worst I've seen it out here in Okeechobee. So we actually bought bug zappers to hang in the chicken coop area that was just finished and where the rabbits are still in the play area, but those poor animals are getting just berated? Okay. Bombarded by mosquitoes 24/7 right now. So we're gonna give them some relief. And what else today? If I need to weed whack the enclosure. Oh, and for some of the ones that we can, we're gonna try and knock out some more nameplates in this video as well. Okay, we're in the shop. We have the shop fan running to try and keep the mosquitoes off of us while we do this. But we have just those same temporary name plaques done. The animals that are in front of the house, the iguanas. I think you said just the female rhino is still not named. I could swear we named her. We just forgot the name, or Kagan didn't like it, so she's taking advantage of my bad memory. And the animals in row 3 and 4, rows 1 and 2. So now we're gonna go hang these on the enclosures. And again, we want to do permanent name tags later that have the scientific names, common names, maybe even like their locality. Like I would like some information tags on the proper cages down the line. This is just temporary, but just like we don't know the name for this one, I swear there's other animals that have received names and they're on their second name because I just don't remember. And it's good to put cement some names to these animals, because then they'll start recognizing those names as we call them just by that name. All right, so like I was saying before, the mosquitoes are in full bloom. And of course, with the prey comes the predators. The bats are usually really good at hiding. They pick this bar area. I think I've shown you guys in the past how rat snakes will climb all the way up, and I'll find rat snakes in the top of the pilings. But they typically never choose this one, but they are overflowing from this one today. And it is just loaded with bats. This little face sticking out. I mean, they're just fully on the outside there. Crazy. But they're here to eat the mosquitoes, and thank God for that. We're gonna hurry up and get these name tags up, and then I'm gonna get those bug zappers by the rabbits and chickens. And we're walking out in the rain to finish this one up. I have one of the big bug zappers. It's gonna be a little rowdy and noisy, but they work, and this one even has the scent attractant to knock down the mosquitoes. So hopefully that gives the rabbits some real relief tonight. And if the ground wasn't flooded below it, we would be able to check the pile of insects. And when I say pile of insects, we have another type, a Dynatrap, that has a fan and the light. So when they're attracted to the black light, or UV light or whatever it is, the fan kind of sucks them up. It'll put 3/4 of an inch of mosquitoes in a night into that thing. And if you don't empty it every other day, it actually overflows with mosquitoes. It's pretty wild. And again, last year was not like this. So we are walking into the hallway. Conan's name tag was there. Now, all these animals love this rain. They probably, a lot of them came out. Alexander is enjoying himself. Got his name up there. Looking good, Alexander. Enjoying the water. The female sulfur, the female guru that are still unnamed. Gus is name tagged. Pinky. Pinky is in her water having a swim in the rain, right, Pinks? Lily and Forrest are staring at each other through the screen. I don't know about Lily. She's so mean to men. Don't worry, Forrest. We'll find you a calmer girl. Gotta fix this plant. But yeah, we've got all the name tags for all the named animals, Ivies and Sunnies. And on the rock monitor row as well, Miko, Bubba. I didn't get the animals in the front of the driveway because it was actually raining about 4 times harder than this a couple minutes ago. So maybe we can walk into Forests and wrap it up visiting with this young man. I think he's like just a little over 3 and a couple months, 3.5 months, or 3.5 years, not 3.5 months. Hey man. Oh, what? You were defensive because of Lily. So that's not like him. But you always have to read your situation. He may be a little bit more tense because he's trying to woo the female who is not all that receiving. Maybe she is right now. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to her cycle. She did just lay for us recently. But he sure looks handsome when he's wet. And he's getting big. He's getting bigger and bigger.
Pete just sitting out in the rain.
Yeah, Pete just sitting in the rain, looking sad. And getting bit by mosquitoes while he's out there. We'll stand up his tree, but really we need to dig those roots in so it'll stay up. I think that's gonna be all for this one, guys. The day's not gonna permit us to film anymore. It's just not one of those days.
No.
We're gonna have to go inside and work on some inside projects. We don't have a choice. All right, guys, until next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you soon.